smells like banana pudding. All right, welcome. All right, so we are checking out today from Lattafa, Eclaire, not the original. This is one of the new two flankers. I picked this up for my wife. This is Banoffee, which is going to be a banana kind of version of Eclaire. I don't really know much about it. It is a blind buy, as I've never actually smelled it, but I assume banana is involved. So that doesn't take a whole lot of brain power to get through. And we're gonna see how this goes. All right, so first, I'm not gonna wear the price, you can find it online. And it's also new, so it's not like I didn't get this at Ross or something, or at Burlington. So I went online, this is from Fragflex, but I think Joma Shop will have it soon in other various locations. I'll link if I can't find it in like the affiliate option there. But, all right, so let's talk about those notes, because they're interesting. Eclaire is one of my wife's favorites as far as wearing in the wintertime. You just smell, it's the epitome of smelling edible. Obviously, Eclaire is meant to be like a twist on Bianco Latte. This, I don't know if it's a twist or inspired by of anything really. There's some banana fragrances out there, but there really aren't all that many, especially ones that are quite so forward with banana. So let's go ahead and pop this clothing off of the fragrance bottle, and of course it's gonna give me a hard time. I feel like I'm 16. Okay. Then we get this right here, nice and shiny. The notes I'll go into in just a moment because they are cool and they sound right up my alley. They make me a little jealous, but I do have my hopes for this fragrance based on the notes. All right, let's go ahead and get the presentation. Oh, lid fell off. It just looks like that. There we go. Let's get the whole thing out. There we go. All right, so it looks very nearly identical to the original Eclaire bottle. That one's just more of a pale beige brown. This one's got a little bit of yellow to it, but I'd still say it's brown overall. I think the bottle may also be slightly different in how that lays out. I'm not exactly sure with that like gold embellishment. The original had that obviously, but I think they might have changed something a little bit. I'll put them side by side at the end of the video probably. So let's go ahead and pop open the lid, talk about the notes real fast. Get out our test strip. As always, I test on paper, then I test on skin. I give you my impression of both for opening notes, and then I jump cut, and it'll be like days later and I talk about longevity and projection and whatnot. But it's gonna have top notes of dulce de leche, which automatically just makes me happy. Then you got banana, of course, followed by whipped cream and vanilla. And then base notes of praline, biscuit. That's the one that throws me off a little bit, and musk. Now, I'm born and raised in the South. So there's one thing that I kind of want this to smell like, so I'm not gonna try to be biased about it, but I really, really hope this smells like a baked version of banana pudding. It's a standard Southern dessert. If you're not from the South, it's a staple. You just always have banana pudding at various barbecue places. It's there, it's always an option, and it's so good. It's just one of those simple, wonderful things. It's usually got like whipped cream or some kind of cream with it. The banana pudding, obviously, vanilla wafers, and usually it's going to be like the best ones are like baked. So excellent stuff. And usually fresh sliced bananas are mixed into it as well. So let's see if it's anything like that in my mind brain. Go ahead and do the sprays. There. Oh God, all over my hand. Bad atomizer. Oh, sorry, great atomizer, bad aim. All right, let's see what we got here. It smells like banana pudding. This is exactly what like banana pudding fresh out of like a fresh when you first make it smells like. That smells just like banana freaking pudding. Oh my gosh. All right, on skin. All right, I'm sorry, I'm being unprofessional. You smell right off the bat what I describe as banana pudding. It's going to be a super creamy banana smell. It does not, and I'll be frank with you, it smells like banana pudding that you get from like the store, the packaged like instant pudding. So it's got that kind of more artificial banana smell, but it still smells like food. Like it smells like actual photorealistic banana pudding. So yeah, that's just excellent. That makes me so happy. I wish it were a cologne. I mean, I'll wear it. I don't care. But my wife's going to be wearing this most likely. Even more so on skin. Even more so. Like the vanilla starts coming out. Banana pudding, like usually has a base of banana, but there's always vanilla flavoring in there. You get some creaminess to it, and like it really is essentially the recipe for banana pudding just in the notes. It's banana, whipped cream, dulce leche, that's gonna be like your pudding right there. And then you get praline, which is just kind of a chocolate, like kind of gourmand note. And then you get biscuit, which would be like vanilla wafers and some musk to make it kind of powdery. But yeah, that's so funny. All right, I'm gonna jump back in. I'm gonna let my wife wear it. Maybe it'll cool down a little bit. She'll have some chances to wear it some. But yeah, we'll jump back in a little later. That's just so funny to me. All right, we're back and we're talking about the longevity and projection of Lattafa's new Éclaire Banoffee. So let's talk about just general, let's do notes first then about the projection longevity. So those notes, that banana, the dulce leche in the opening, that banana note fades pretty quickly. You're gonna lose the banana in about 30 minutes. That's not surprising because there's very few banana-centered fragrances on the market. And there's a reason for that. That opening note doesn't last long. So you're really kind of relying on the middle and base notes to kind of carry this thing through. Now, the dulce de leche lasts longer, so basically that sweet, almost kind of caramelly, laconic, milky vibe, that pushes and lasts a lot longer than the banana. But the banana it's still a beautiful confectionery banana smell. So that's kind of what some people say, oh, it's like a banana moon pie, or I said like it's a banana pudding. My son, when he smelled it, he said that it smelled kind of like banana and coconut, which kind of makes sense because of all the other laconic vibes in there and that sweetness. So, and my wife said it's kind of like a little bit of a sunscreen vibe to it. I personally did not get that, but to each their own nose. Mine was way more gourmandy in my interpretation of the smell when I got it. Now, the dry down is vanilla and laconic heavy. That's the best way to describe it. As far as individual notes of biscuit, praline, and musk, it's more like a dry, kind of airy thing going on. So imagine like a dry, airy gourmand, and that's what you end up with. But the vanilla and the cream laconic notions, they last. They're present even in the dry down, in my opinion. If you put this on, hard projection for 4 hours. It's going to smell the room up if you're not careful, so be careful. This is one of those fragrances you spray on an hour before you go somewhere because you might end up either being offensive at work, that kind of stuff. You will fill a room if you're not careful, but it's a beautiful smell, so it's not, people won't complain, they'll just think someone has baked goods. Now, the dry down is very, like I said, very crisp, kind of airy, gourmandy cracker, biscuit kind of vibe. That's kind of there. But again, the vanilla and the creamy laconic stuff stays. Now, as far as the longevity, ladies, you're going to spray it on at 7 a.m. and you'll get home from work and you'll still smell it on yourself. I'd say after about 6 hours, it's a skin scent, but it stays on skin. And this is definitely more of a winter fall fragrance, so you won't have to worry too much about it fading. On clothing, good Lord, it lasts forever. Like I sprayed this on a little tester here, and 3 days later I smelled it. I could still smell the fragrance. It goes and goes and goes as long as it's not exposed to heat. So it just lasts and lasts. So that's my review overall, guys. It's a very good pickup. Is it better than the original Eclaire? My wife has it. It's not better, but it is different. So like Eclaire was much more of like, oh my God, who's baking chocolate chip cookies in the house? It's that level of gourmand. This is a little more fresh, just because that banana in there and some of those and those laconic notes are just a little more airy and sweet than, as opposed to like being super chocolatey and creamy with original Eclaire. So if you want a point of comparison, that's my point of comparison. But yeah, great option from Lattafa. Beautiful fragrance overall. Thanks for watching, guys.